Our first guest is a man of many talents. He's had a seat at this very desk as one of our loose men. Today, he's in the studio ahead of his second London Marathon in just 6 months. He's running in support of Flora's Making Healthy Switches campaign. This time, he's getting his mum, dad and brother involved. Please welcome Mark Wright.
How you doing?
Did I see a bit of a tight quadricep coming down that step?
I'm a little bit tight.
Yeah, I'll bet. Maybe you just need to get naked and then that
That was in the dressing room about 10 minutes ago, but you missed it.
Oh.
The camera's working.
That's what he thinks.
Yeah. Are you relaxed about that kind of thing?
I am, to be fair. I heard you talking about it before. My mates and my family will say, like, why are you always naked? I think it comes from... by the way,
Really?
It doesn't involve... Obviously, I don't walk around naked in front of my mum and my sisters and stuff, but my mates, I've got no fear of it, my brother, my dad. And I think for me, it comes from... I used to play football, and when you're playing football full-time, you're in the dressing room every single day of your life, and eventually you're in this tight room. You can't keep covering yourself up, so you just get used to people seeing you, and then...
I think a lot of blokes watching this, though, would also say that if they look like you with no clothes on, they would probably walk around naked.
Yeah, probably.
No, yeah, I'm not doing it to impress no one. I just kind of, I just don't know. I just don't have a fear of it, really. I do have to think about it sometimes, because when I go to, like, a gym dressing room and there's not loads of other men that have played football before, and I'm walking around and blow-drying my hair with nothing on, with no towel, I sometimes think,
What gym is that?
One that you're not allowed to...
I don't know about the communal thing, because we're old enough that we went to schools with communal changing rooms, and we don't really have it.
But I think Mark was more uncomfortable in his first sequined outfit at Strictly than he was being naked. Do you remember your first one? Like, and you were like full on blue and black, maybe. You were like sparkling, and you'd never worn anything like that before. I think you probably felt more intimidated looking like that.
I said to them, I don't want any sequins. It was like, Strictly, you've got to. By week 2, though, I loved it.
You did.
Like, give me more.
Oh, look, you're hiding at the back there.
Yeah.
I want to see your sequins. Yeah. Well, you're certainly not in sequins when you're training for the marathon, are you? You're second in 6 months.
Yeah, so I did one in October, and I just loved it so much. And I always said that I'd like to complete one. I'm one of them people that likes a challenge. But at the same time, I was always thinking, it can't be that enjoyable. There's no way what people say it's that fun. And the training makes you feel like that as well, because the training at time is hell when you're out on the road for 3 hours at a time on your own. But the minute you do it, and I'm not a spiritual person, really, I don't think, but last year in October when I did it, just 3.5 hours of running, and everyone obviously is looking back at the runners coming towards them to see who's coming, and everyone's smiling, everyone's encouraging, everyone running. People are tapping you on the back saying, come on, keep going, you're doing it to others. And at the end of it, I was just like, that was 3.5 hours of pure joy, pure happiness. There wasn't one bad vibe. And obviously, with the last few years and the way the world is at the moment, it was just kind of a nice blessing, and that's why, I've got all my family involved this time as well. Yeah,
your mum and dad and your brother, who is a professional footballer, isn't he? But, I mean, your mum and dad, are they runners?
No, they're not. My mum's quite fit, and she likes to go on a lot of walks, and she keeps herself in shape. My dad's let himself go a little bit in terms of weight. Not physically. I just mean in terms of, like, going to the gym, and, he doesn't really go to the gym or exercise anymore.
Sounds perfect.
Unless it's my gym, of course.
Oh, yeah.
But this is all about making healthy switches, and we're saying, look, we're going to go all the way to 26.2 miles. My dad hasn't run longer than a mile in the last 20 years. He's going to do all of this. All you need to make is this little switch to make yourself better, but we're going to go the full way to show you that anything's possible.
Your dad had a tough time during COVID, didn't he?
Yeah, he did have a tough time during COVID, he went to hospital. He was there for a couple of weeks, and it was a very worrying time. And of course, he lost his brother at the same time. He was in hospital at the same time. So it was COVID was a rough patch for our family.
Yeah. It's good for your mental health as well, isn't it? Running and just exercise in general.
Incredible. I mean, I don't love the feeling of going to the gym. I dread it. I'm like, and I don't think anyone does. But that's not the point. It's the way it makes you feel after is just. For me, it's a must. If I have a week or two off because I've been working, I start to feel it mentally, and I don't feel as you know, as liberating as myself. So as soon as I train and I get sweaty and I work out and I get naked in the dressing room after, I just feel a lot better and a lot more, incredible.
What's the competition like between you and your brother for this, though? Because I imagine you're both quite competitive, being sportsmen as well.
We are quite competitive, very competitive, actually. We're at home, we've been playing, you know, we've been competitive with each other since we could walk.
Oh, hello.
Is he older or younger?
He's younger.
OK.
More ripped, taller. But yeah, he's...
Not that you're bitter.
Bluer eyes.
Not that you're bitter.
We're competitive in a way, but there's like a friendly competitive. Last year when I ran it, I know that he was tracking my run, whereas all my family were just like cheering me on and whatever. But I know he was checking the times because I looked at the WhatsApp group after. So, oh, he's on for a 3:40. I'm like, why is he checking it? It's because he did it about 10 years ago and got 3:30, and I know he would have hated it if I beat him. So this year we're doing it together, and we're going to try and push each other to our best time. But I do know at the finish line it's going to be
It'll be a race to the finish.
At the finish line, it's going to be a little look.
Absolutely. Listen, how's the house renovation coming on? We've been watching that on Instagram. Who's in charge of the renovation when a couple, you know, are taking on a project like that? Is it you or Michelle that...
I'd probably say me. I do quite a bit of building anyway. As like a...
That's a lot of cushions.
It's so clean.
It is pretty clean, yeah. We like a clean house.
Do you?
Yeah. But I think probably both of us, really. We both get involved. What's wrong with that?
No, it's great. Go on, carry on.
You going somewhere with that, Colleen?
Oh, he cleans the house, he goes to the gym, he's not
clean it naked as well. Hoovering like that, yeah.
So what is the secret to happiness, then, between the two of you? You've got a golden rule, apparently.
What's that?
Well,
Who's telling you something in your ear? What, a clean house? Is that what you're saying?
Tidy house, tidy mind, maybe?
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. I mean,
yeah.
What's the... I don't...
No, but that was it. You're both tidy, clean freaks, yeah?
Yeah, I'm not saying that's the secret to a happy marriage. I mean, if it was...
Listen, it is a secret to a happy marriage. If you both have the same... Living with somebody is hard enough if you don't have the same values. So if you both like a tidy house, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose if you're someone who likes it tidy and they don't, that would be tough.
A nightmare. You would find that really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though, having said that, I would say the secret to a happy marriage is probably blow drying your hair without your towel on. That's probably going to do it for Colleen. More than a tidy house. Right, thank you, Mark, so much.